Hello, friends. Welcome to my program, Colonel's Punch. Today is day 230 of the horrendous Russia Ukraine war 222. Over 7 million civilians have become refugees. 80,000 soldiers from both sides have been killed, and thousands of tanks, AFVs, and aircrafts have been destroyed. It's a mad world, but at the same time, things are getting worse. President Biden says and challenges Moscow policy escalate to de-escalate. He says even a use of a tactical nuclear weapon will lead to rapid escalation of war. He says President Putin is not joking when he says he will use nuclear weapons, biological and chemical weapons to protect his nation, that is his fatherland. Therefore, the world is sitting on a bomb, on an atom bomb. Remember the last one, 1945, Nagasaki. Over 3 lakh people were killed and permanently disabled. The present scenario will really detonate the whole world. President Putin seems to have been humiliated. Imagine his special ops, which began on 24th Feb. He had to call it off when his troops got bogged down and hit in front, bogged down in snow, and nearly demolished in front of the Ukraine capital Kiev. He had to recoil back. Then, on 24th April, his Black Sea flagship was hit by a missile and it went down into the sea. That was not the end. His, swift counteraction in September, Ukraine recaptured about 6,000 to 8,000 square kilometers of land in Kharkiv and Kherson area. Now this really hit them hard as the disappearing Russian units and soldiers just evaporated from the front line. It is estimated that 10,000 of them and nearly a dozen Russian generals have been killed. The worst was to come. 7th October was Putin's birthday, and on 8th October, Putin's dream bridge, 18 kilometers at Crimea, joining Russia and Crimea, went up partially in flames. Now, that was a strategic area protected by ground, air, and sea forces of the Russians. and Putin went into a real threat. Now, it is here where uh, President Biden and the world think that the world is going towards Armageddon, a nuclear Armageddon. Remember, Armageddon as spelled out in the Old Testament. It's a demonic warfare against humanity. So therefore, this war is going to be too tight. But it's not all hanky-dory to the Russians. They have got 20% of Ukraine land. They have annexed 4 provinces. That is Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhzhia. Now that's a big area. They have held away from them and annexed it. Now UN and NATO and the entire world is protesting that they should return. But there is a very thin red line between a bigger war. President Putin has done partial mobilization. He wants 3 lakh reservists. Now, this has really sent his youth fleeing in thousands outside Russia. So, with disappearing army units, now the youth is disappearing, and that's a bigger problem, which presses him on to the trigger of a tactical nuclear weapons if his nation is sandwiched from all sides, especially by NATO. Now, coming down to a tactical nuclear weapon, what is it all about? Well, these are smaller weapons of fraction of kiloton to about 50 kiloton yield, explosive yield, and can destroy specific targets like command post, ammunition base, artillery dumps, and gun positions. Now, the type of missile he has used, Sakanda, can be armed with nuclear missile. Therefore, the war is widening. Russia has the world's largest number of tactical nuclear weapons. It has about 1,000 to 2,000, while USA just has about 250 to 400. Now, tactical nuclear weapons are easy to be carried. They are about 12 feet long with 1 foot diameter and can be fired by land, air, or sea missiles. The destruction area is just about half a mile to 3/4 mile, and it is mainly used in areas closer to where our troops are fighting. Now, the trouble is the command and control of these missiles will be in the hands of junior officers who are fighting in the front. Now, in danger of them being overrun, it is quite likely that some officer will push the trigger and then the war will escalate on and on. What Henry Kissinger has suggested is Ukraine should trade land for peace. It should let Russia keep certain areas, especially those dominated by Russian speaking people and Crimea. Now, this President Zelensky will not agree at any cost. The war now is at a very crucial phase. Both sides are in for battle. What what an American ex-chief of staff general said was, America has spent only 66 billions and NATO another 30 billions. So therefore, in 1 trillion, they have destroyed the major punch of the Russian army. That's their top-notch guards, tank divisions, mechanized divisions, its helicopter squadrons. And mind you, without losing one American or a NATO soldier. America has made good use of the actor come politician President Zelensky, who is fighting a war in his own land and his own people are being killed and overrun. He has even lost the area of the 4 provinces. And for him, it is do or die. Remember that time gone, whether in the Indian epics of Ramayana, which is about 7,000 years old, Mahabharata, 3,000 years old, the war was between good and evil. Armageddon was also between good and evil. Let me tell you about what Mahatma Gandhi said. Eye for an eye, or a tooth for a tooth, will blind all. So let us come to a stage where we negotiate and let humanity survive. The whole world is a family. Vasudham Kutumbakam. Jai Hind.